Hello and welcome to my, Hello Characters series, where I teach you 3 Chinese characters in each lesson. With each lesson, we are going to learn the following about each character: how to write the character, how to pronounce the character, and related learning points, such as word combination or grammar points. Before we can get started with our first 3 characters, we will need some basic knowledge about Chinese characters. What are Chinese characters? One of the really interesting features of Mandarin Chinese is the separation of its writing system and sound system. Yep, separation. They are actually 2 different systems. Our sound system is called pinyin, which means putting sounds together. And our writing system is called hanzi, or Chinese characters. Literally, it means Han characters. Let's take a look at this character. And no worries, we will not be learning about this character anytime soon. The convocation of this character will probably scare any beginners away. This is what the character love looks like. It's pronounced I. This is the written character. It's what we use to read, write, and type. And this is the pinyin for this character, which tells us the sound of the character. Sometimes the character itself might give you hints on how to pronounce the character, but most of the time they are separate. You kind of have to attach the sound to the character and memorize both pieces of information. If you are new to Chinese characters, this might look more like a picture than a word. You can almost think of learning Chinese characters as learning to draw a picture. Luckily, it's more systematic than that. Take a look at how I write I. There is an order to writing this character, so it's not going to be as chaotic as you might have imagined, or maybe just me, right? We will learn more about the rules and components as we go. Writing instrument. Okay, we are going to need a brush and some ink. Just kidding, we are not working on calligraphy, so the good old pen and paper will do. Writing instrument. You can write with a pen or pencil. Paper. Any paper will do. However, I recommend printing out this character worksheet if you have a printer. If you don't have a printer, no worries. We can always draw those boxes manually, right? But that's for another video. Well, just kidding. What kind of? Character worksheets are very helpful for beginners as they provide guidelines that you can follow to make sure your characters look proper. There are different character worksheets you can use. Some of the commonly used ones are the cross style and the star style. I personally prefer the star style because it provides additional guidelines for beginners. Now we have our tools ready, let's start learning. Have you seen this before? I got my first Lego set when I was 23. Yep, 23. Learning to write Chinese characters is similar to play with Lego. We start out with the basic building blocks and then put the basic blocks together to create something amazing. Or something like this. I have no clue what I just created. Anyway, learning to write the character is like playing with building blocks. We just use a different name for the building blocks. The building blocks are now called strokes. What is a stroke? Oh no, luckily it's not that. A stroke in Chinese characters is a continuous movement from the moment you start writing on a piece of paper until you lift up the pen. By that definition, we can have something like this: a simple line from point A to point B, or something as complicated as this. Ugh, looks like math. Luckily, the second one is not part of our basic strokes. Our basic strokes are something like this. See, not that complicated, right? Once we master the basic strokes, we'll be able to compose any Chinese characters.